Our gospel lesson comes from Luke chapter 13, 10 through 17. Jesus is preaching at a synagogue, and he notices a woman who's been crippled for 18 years. And he calls that woman forward. Now, this is not the synagogues of today. This synagogue at that time was a place for men to learn about the Word of God when teachers were called in to proclaim the Word of God. On the outside, women and children could listen in, but they could not participate in that inner circle. This is for men speaking of serious things. And in the midst of that, Jesus calls this woman to enter into that circle. This might have been quite embarrassing for the woman to break tradition like this. And the fact that Jesus goes over and heals her and then uses it as an example could seem callous. But after 18 years, she doesn't care. She wants to be healed. And she comes forward. And Jesus heals her. Because his teaching is so strong. The leaders of the synagogue, who probably invited him to teach, do not rebuke Jesus for calling the woman forward, but rather rebuke the woman for coming forward. For they say there's 6 days on which work ought to be done. Come on one of those days and be cured, not on the Sabbath. Notice they're not blaming Jesus. They're blaming the woman, the one who's crippled and suffering. And then Luke says, but the Lord answered him. Not, but Jesus answered him. No, the Lord answered him. This is with authority. You hypocrites, does not each one of you on the Sabbath untie his ox or donkey from the manger and lead it to water? And ought not this woman, a daughter of Abraham, from Satan bound 18 long years, be set free from this bondage? Jesus is Lord. He is pronouncing judgment upon them and their hypocrisy. Tradition is not as important as the well-being of a child of God.